Tammy Slaton, one half of the beloved and larger-than-life duo from TLC's hit reality Hello Viewers. Welcome back to my channel. For 1000 LB Sister latest news update, please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. Series 1000 Pound Sisters has abruptly cancelled a string of upcoming public appearances, and while official statements remain sparse and vague, the outpouring of support from fans has been swift, massive, and deeply emotional. Across social media platforms, message boards, and fan groups, thousands have rallied around Tammy, sending messages of love, concern, and solidarity not just as viewers of a television show, but as people who have come to see Tammy not as a character, but as a human being bravely navigating the complexities of life in the public eye. Tammy's cancellations, which reportedly include meet and greets, speaking engagements, and scheduled appearances at weight loss expos and fan conventions, were announced quietly, without fanfare or detailed explanation. Her team issued a brief, carefully worded statement. Due to unforeseen personal circumstances, Tammy Slaton regrettably must cancel her upcoming public engagements. She appreciates the continued love and support from her fans and asks for privacy during this time. That was it. No specifics. No timeline. No promises of rescheduling. Just silence, and that silence has spoken volumes to those who have followed her journey. For those unfamiliar with Tammy's story, a quick recap. Tammy Slaton, alongside her sister Amy, rose to fame through 1000 Pound Sisters, a raw, unfiltered, often heartbreaking, yet ultimately hopeful docuseries that follows the sisters' attempts to lose weight, improve their health, and rebuild their lives after years of physical and emotional struggle. Tammy, who at her heaviest weighed over 600 pounds, has undergone gastric sleeve surgery, battled setbacks, celebrated milestones, and faced the emotional fallout of weight loss, including the dissolution of relationships, body image struggles, and the psychological toll of living under constant scrutiny. Her journey has never been linear. There have been triumphs, dropping hundreds of pounds, moving into her own home, adopting a dog, embracing fashion and makeup, even dating, and there have been crushing lows, hospitalizations, emotional breakdowns, relapses into old habits, and moments where the weight of the world seemed to press down harder than ever. Through it all, Tammy has remained startlingly transparent. She doesn't perform wellness. She doesn't pretend to have it all figured out. She cries on camera. She eats when she's sad. She gets frustrated with herself. She apologizes. She tries again. And that's why people love her, which is why, when news of her cancellations broke, the fan reaction wasn't gossip or speculation, it was genuine concern. "Please be okay, Tammy," read one tweet that quickly garnered tens of thousands of likes. "We don't need you to be perfect. We just need you to be here." Another fan posted a side-by-side photo, Tammy from season 1, barely able to stand, next to Tammy today, smiling in a stylish outfit with the caption, "You've already won so much. Rest if you need to. We're not going anywhere." This isn't fandom as entertainment. This is fandom as family. Part of what makes Tammy's situation so poignant is the context. In recent months, she's appeared more upbeat than ever. She's been active on social media, posting selfies, sharing snippets of her daily routine, even teasing new projects. She launched a clothing line. She's been vocal about her desire to keep losing weight, to get down to 200 pounds, a goal she's reiterated countless times. She's talked about wanting to travel, to date more seriously, to be a role model for others struggling with obesity. She seemed, by all outward appearances, to be in a good place, which makes the sudden cancellations all the more jarring. There's no official word on what's happening behind the scenes, and out of respect for Tammy's privacy and the explicit request from her team, fans have largely refrained from wild speculation. But human nature being what it is, theories abound. Some suspect a health scare, perhaps complications from her surgery, or a flare-up of a chronic condition. Others wonder if it's emotional, maybe a depressive episode, anxiety, or the crushing weight of expectations. A few have floated the idea that it could be relationship-related. Tammy's romantic life has been turbulent, and breakups can trigger deep emotional spirals. Others simply believe she's exhausted mentally, physically, spiritually, and needs a break from the relentless pace of public life. Whatever the reason, What's remarkable is how the fanbase has responded. Instead of demanding answers or dissecting rumors, they've created digital safe spaces, virtual candlelight vigils of support. Hashtags like #WeLoveYouTammy and #TammyTakeYourTime began trending within hours. Fan artists posted illustrations of Tammy as a warrior, a queen, a phoenix. Supporters shared their own stories of struggle with weight, with mental health, with feeling like they're failing, and credited Tammy with giving them the courage to keep going. "If Tammy can get up after falling down, so can I," wrote one Instagram user, alongside a photo of her own weight loss journal. This groundswell of compassion speaks to something deeper than celebrity culture. It speaks to the power of vulnerability. Tammy Slaton didn't become a star because she was polished or perfect. She became a star because she was real. She let cameras into her bedroom when she was crying. She let viewers see her eat an entire pizza in one sitting, not to be shamed, but to show the reality of emotional eating. She let the world witness her lowest moments, and then, miraculously, her climb back up. In doing so, she gave permission to millions of people to stop pretending, to stop hiding, to say, "I'm not okay right now, and that's okay." And now, when she's the one not okay, those same people are returning the favor. It's also worth noting how Tammy's journey intersects with broader cultural conversations about body image, fat phobia, and the medicalization of obesity. Tammy has been subjected to cruel online comments, invasive questions, and unsolicited advice since the show's inception. She's been called lazy, disgusting, hopeless. People have made bets on whether she'll die before reaching her goal weight. Strangers have sent her meal plans and workout routines as if she hasn't spent years under the care of medical professionals. The cruelty is relentless, and yet Tammy rarely lashes out. She absorbs it. Sometimes she cries. Sometimes she laughs it off. Occasionally, she claps back, but always with a kind of weary grace that suggests she's heard it all before and refuses to let it define her. That resilience is part of why her silence now feels so heavy. When Tammy Slaton goes quiet, it's not just a scheduling change, it's a seismic shift in the emotional landscape of her community. Her fans don't just watch her, they rely on her. They see themselves in her. Her victories feel like their victories. Her setbacks feel personal. And when she steps back, it triggers a collective moment of reflection. Are we pushing her too hard? Are we expecting too much? Have we, in our enthusiasm, added to the pressure she's under? These are uncomfortable questions, but necessary ones. The truth is, reality TV stars are not superheroes. They're not infallible icons. They're people, often people with complicated pasts, unresolved traumas, and ongoing battles that don't end when the cameras stop rolling. Tammy Slaton is no exception. She's a woman who grew up in rural Kentucky, struggled with her weight since childhood, endured bullying, navigated a fractured family dynamic, and only in recent years began to find her voice and her worth outside of her body size. That kind of transformation doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen without pain. And it doesn't happen without setbacks. What Tammy needs right now, and what her fans seem to intuitively understand, is not pressure, not judgment, not demands for updates. What she needs is space, grace, time. The same compassion she's shown to others, returned to her tenfold. In the absence of information, fans have taken it upon themselves to create positivity. Virtual care packages have been organized, digital scrapbooks filled with encouraging messages. TikTok compilations of Tammy's most inspiring moments have gone viral, clips of her laughing, dancing, hugging her dog, giving pep talks to viewers. Online support groups have rededicated themselves to healthy, non-scale victories, reminding each other that progress isn't always measured in pounds lost, but in boundaries set, in self-love practiced, in days survived. Even Amy Slaton, Tammy's sister and co-star, has remained respectfully quiet. There's been no Instagram post, no YouTube update, no interview. Just silence, and that, too, speaks volumes. Amy knows better than anyone what Tammy is going through. She's walked beside her through hospital rooms, therapy sessions, late-night binges, and tearful confessions. If Amy isn't speaking, it's because Tammy has asked for quiet, and Amy is honoring that kind of sisterly loyalty, imperfect, messy, but unwavering is at the heart of what makes 1,000-Pound Sisters so compelling. It's not about the weight. It's about the love, the fights, the forgiveness, the inside jokes, the shared history. The way Amy will tease Tammy mercilessly one minute and fiercely defend her the next. Their relationship is complicated as all sibling relationships are, but it's rooted in something real. And right now, that realness is on full display in what's not being said. As days pass without further updates, the fanbase continues to hold space. No one is demanding answers. No one is leaking rumors. No one is turning this into a spectacle. Instead, they're lighting virtual candles, posting throwback photos, sharing Tammy's favorite songs, reminding each other and perhaps themselves that healing isn't performative, that rest is not failure, that sometimes the bravest thing you can do is say, I need to stop. And if Tammy Slaton needs to stop for a day, a week, a month, then the world can wait. Because here's the thing about Tammy, she always comes back. Not always stronger, not always thinner, but always herself. Bruised, maybe. Tired, probably. But still fighting. Still trying. Still showing up even when showing up means staying in bed and ordering takeout. Even when showing up means canceling plans and turning off her phone. Even when showing up means doing absolutely nothing at all, and that too is a form of courage. The fans know this. They've seen it. They've lived it alongside her. So while headlines may speculate and algorithms may push for drama, the truth is quieter, deeper, more human. Tammy Slaton is going through something. And she doesn't owe anyone an explanation. She doesn't owe anyone a timeline. She doesn't owe anyone a transformation. She owes herself and only herself the space to breathe, to heal, to be. And her fans, they'll be here. Not with torches and pitchforks demanding answers. Not with scales and measuring tapes tracking progress. But with open hearts. With patient hands. With signs that say, we're not going anywhere. Because Tammy Slaton didn't just build a fan base. She built a family, and families don't abandon you when you're struggling. They sit with you in the dark. They hold your hand. They remind you over and over that you are loved, not for what you achieve, but for who you are. So wherever Tammy is right now, whether she's in a hospital bed, on her couch wrapped in a blanket, sitting in a therapist's office, or simply staring at the ceiling wondering how she got here, she is not alone. Thousands of voices are whispering the same thing across the internet, across the country, across the world. We love you. Take all the time you need, you're already enough. And when she's ready, whether that's tomorrow, next month, or next year, they'll be waiting. Not for the after photo. Not for the big reveal. Not for the triumphant comeback, but for her, just her. Tammy, as she is, wherever she is, however she is, that's the power of her story. That's the legacy she's building. Not in pounds lost, but in hearts touched. Lives changed. Silence honored. Love given freely, fiercely, unconditionally. Tammy Slaton may have canceled her appearances, but she hasn't canceled her impact. And her fans. They haven't canceled their love. Not even close, they're just getting started. Is 1,000-Pound Sisters Season 8 getting canceled? Tammy Slaton's disheartening comments explained. For fans of TLC's hit reality series 1,000-Pound Sisters, the looming question on everyone's lips is whether Season 8 will see the light of day, or if the show is quietly being shelved. Speculation has reached a fever pitch in recent weeks, fueled primarily by a series of cryptic, emotional, and seemingly disheartened public comments from Tammy Slaton, one half of the show's central duo alongside her sister Amy Slaton-Halterman. While no official cancellation notice has been issued by TLC or production company Sharp Entertainment, Tammy's recent remarks have sent shockwaves through the fanbase, prompting widespread concern, confusion, and heartfelt outpourings of support. TO understand the gravity of the situation, and to separate fact from rumor, it's essential to contextualize Tammy's comments, examine the show's trajectory, and explore what may lie ahead for one of TLC's most emotionally resonant and commercially successful reality franchises. When 1,000-Pound Sisters premiered in January 2020, few could have predicted the cultural impact it would have. Centered on the lives of Kentucky sisters Amy and Tammy Slaton, the show chronicled their parallel struggles with extreme obesity, familial friction, emotional trauma, and ultimately, their shared journey toward weight loss surgery and healthier living. What began as a niche documentary-style series quickly blossomed into a ratings juggernaut for TLC, drawing millions of viewers per episode and spawning international syndication, countless viral moments, and a fiercely loyal fanbase. The show's appeal lies not just in its unflinching portrayal of morbid obesity, a subject rarely handled with such raw honesty on television, but in the deeply human stories beneath the surface. Viewers didn't just watch Amy and Tammy. They rooted for them. They cried with them. They celebrated their victories: Tammy's gastric sleeve surgery, Amy's successful pregnancies, their reconciliation after bitter arguments, and mourned their setbacks. The sisters' vulnerability, humor, and resilience turned them into unlikely icons, symbols of hope for anyone struggling with body image, mental health, or familial dysfunction. BY Season 7, which aired in late 2023 and early 2024, the show had evolved significantly. Tammy had lost over 200 pounds and was living independently in her own apartment, a monumental achievement for someone who once weighed over 600 pounds and was largely bedridden. Amy, meanwhile, had become a mother of two and was navigating the complexities of postpartum life, marriage, and entrepreneurship. The narrative had shifted from pure survival to self-actualization, and audiences were along for every step. The first major red flag appeared in March 2024, when Tammy posted a tearful Instagram video that stopped fans in their tracks. Sitting in her living room, visibly emotional, Tammy spoke directly to the camera. "I just want y'all to know, I'm trying. I'm really trying. But some days it feels like nobody's listening. Not the network. Not the people who are supposed to be helping us. I don't know if there's going to be another season. I wish I had answers. I wish I could tell you we're coming back. But right now, I just feel stuck." The video, which quickly amassed over 2 million views and tens of thousands of comments, was uncharacteristically somber for Tammy, who is often seen on social media posting upbeat workout clips, food updates, and goofy selfies with her boyfriend, Caleb. Fans immediately began dissecting every word. Was she hinting that TLC had pulled the plug? Was production refusing to accommodate her needs? Was there internal conflict behind the scenes? Adding fuel to the fire, Tammy followed up a week later with a now-deleted TikTok in which she said, "They act like our story ain't worth tellin' no more. Like we ain't got nothing left to show. But we're still fightin'. I'm still fightin'. Why they want to shut us down when we're finally getting somewhere." Though the video was removed within hours, likely due to the overwhelming media attention it received, screenshots and re-uploads circulated widely. The phrase "shut us down" became a rallying cry among fans, who began flooding TLC's social media accounts with "Renew 1000 LB Sisters" and hashtag "Let Tammy and Amy Finish." While Tammy's words suggest a network decision to cancel or indefinitely pause production, industry insiders paint a more complex picture. According to multiple sources close to the production, the issue isn't so much about ratings. Season 7 performed solidly, especially in digital and streaming metrics, but rather about creative direction, contractual negotiations, and Tammy's evolving personal boundaries. One source, speaking on condition of anonymity, explained, "Tammy is in a very different place now. She's not the same person she was in Season 1. She's lost weight, gained confidence, and is starting to push back on how the show portrays her. She doesn't want to be the funny fat girl anymore. She wants to be seen as a woman on a mission, someone who's overcoming, not just surviving." The network, meanwhile, is grappling with how to keep the show compelling without leaning into the shock value of extreme obesity that originally drew viewers in. This tension between Tammy's desire for dignified, forward-looking storytelling and the network's need to maintain dramatic, ratings-friendly content appears to be at the heart of the current impasse. Additionally, there are logistical hurdles. Tammy's health journey has plateaued in recent months, and while she continues to work with trainers and nutritionists, the dramatic before and after visuals that once drove the show's momentum are less pronounced. Amy, now a busy mother of 2 young children, has also expressed fatigue with the constant filming schedule and the emotional toll of reliving past trauma for the cameras. "Let's be honest," said another insider. Reality TV thrives on conflict and transformation. When the transformation slows down and the sisters are in a healthier, more stable place, it becomes harder to manufacture the kind of drama that keeps casual viewers hooked. The producers are trying to figure out how to evolve the show without losing its core identity. Tammy's mental health and public person, it's also impossible to ignore the emotional and psychological weight Tammy is carrying. In her recent interviews and social media posts, she has been increasingly open about her battles with depression, anxiety, and the lingering effects of childhood trauma. The pressure of being a public figure constantly scrutinized, memed, criticized, and praised has taken its toll. In a candid podcast appearance in April 2024, Tammy revealed, "People think, oh, you're on TV. You must be living the dream. But it ain't always like that. Every pound I lose, somebody's got a comment. Every time I slip up and eat something I shouldn't, it's all over the internet. Every